Hey everyone. So since the last time we talked, I was talking about how I became an executive assistant, but since then I actually started doing coaching. So I kind of want to continue doing the coaching for actors and filmmakers in general. Today I just wanted to go over what are the best headshots to use, because you kind of get a lot when you go to your session. So I wanted to make it easier and kind of show the process of what I used to do when I was at a talent agency / when I was like in casting, how we would pick really good headshots, and just like I guess some tips, also just how you could do them at home. I know that there's a lot and it takes a lot of time. So if you want to just shorten that and just get them done and know that they're ready to go, I do offer in the description below services that I will go through your headshots for you and pick the best ones to my abilities and just off of my past experiences. And I'll talk about them a little bit more at the end of the video too. This is kind of like a reaction video in a way, but not really. We're just gonna look at some photos together and pick the best ones. So let's look at some photos together. Oh, here we go. This is actually a headshot example that I use during my sessions. You want the lights to be under your eyes, as you see in this picture. The one thing I do have to say, a little note, is you see right here where we don't see the corner of her eyebrow right there. I would probably, want something that shows both corners, just because we want to make sure we know what your face looks like just from a photo. It's really hard because photos are a lot different than seeing somebody, in video or seeing somebody in person. So we try our best to see you like face forward as much as possible. So you would want both of your eyebrows to show, the corners of your eyebrows and the corners of your eyes. And see I'm wearing glasses. So it doesn't really matter if my glasses are kind of tilted to the side. As long as you can see my eyebrows, you should be good. And I do recommend to show at least the bottom of your ears, but her smile's really nice, and I think her eyes look really good and her eyebrows look really good. And then also it's really good that she's looking very natural, because we don't want you to look cakey in your pictures, because we're probably going to make you look as natural as we can ourselves. And when you go into set, it's usually very light touching up. Not much to do there. So I think this is a really good headshot. So we're moving on to this photo, number 2. And this one's actually really good as well. I like the background a lot. I like it a little bit better than the first one. For it being a commercial headshot, I think it's better when there's a little bit more color to it. It just makes it brighter and it's more noticeable that it's a commercial headshot, because this can also be more theatrical. I think it can pass for theatrical if maybe her facial expression was a little bit different. So that's the only note I have for that. But I think besides that, the clothes she's wearing is really good. Nice solid colors that look really well, they look really good on her. And then for this one, I honestly don't really like the color she's wearing. I think it's a little dark for commercial. You want to be bright, I used to do audience work a lot too, and you can't even get onto set unless you're wearing something really bright. And I feel like it just looks good in the audition room, just because you come to the audition with whatever you're wearing in your headshot photo. So keep that in mind. When you're going to get to your headshots, you want to be wearing your best outfits that look the best on you. I think it looks good on her, but I just wouldn't pick those colors for a commercial headshot. Just because I think something brighter, a solid purple, a solid blue, a solid green, something that's a little bit more on the bright side. This is good for theatrical though, but this is commercial headshots that we're talking about. But I do love that her eyebrows are both showing and her eyes are both showing, and you can see one of her full ears, which is awesome. So I think that's great. And then next we have this guy right here. See, this is what I'm talking about. So look at his shirt. It's a solid blue shirt, and that looks great for commercial. So awesome job. I think this is a perfect headshot. The background's a little dark, but honestly the shirt pops out enough that you can tell it's a commercial headshot. Like I said before, if you just threw in a different top and kept the same background, it could count as a theatrical shot just because of how dark it is. I'm never really a fan of that. I like really bright backgrounds. But maybe that's just a preference thing. I just like to know when it's a commercial versus theatrical and it's straight up. But you can see again, with the eyebrows and the eyes, this is like something that you're going to keep seeing all the time, and it's for a reason. We just want to see your face as much as possible. I can see his face and I can see his ears, and this is awesome. So I can get a really good sense of what he looks like just from this photo. Okay, so now we have this full body almost. I'm not really too sure why they took a full body, but the top looks nice. I just feel like where we would cut it, we'd only see up to here. So her hair being to the side, I'm not really too much of a fan of that. We're not going to see the full body when it's in that little square online, so I'm just thinking about it from right here. And I don't really think it's a good top, just because all you're gonna see is that little sleeve, and then the rest is just gonna be like her chest. But it is nice for a full body. I just don't really see where she'd be using it. I don't really see her using this. It's a nice picture. I think it's a good picture, but it's one of those things where like it's just a photo that you get to keep after the photo shoot, but it's not really for, it's a good professional photo, but it's not really for what we're using it for commercial. Also, her whole eyebrow and eye are covered, so that's a little annoying, just because this person specializes in headshots. And that's kind of like the whole no what you're supposed to do, but it's a really nice professional photo. It's just something that would not be usable. So that's the thing that people don't realize too, is sometimes you'll go take your headshots and they look nice, but they're not usable. This is an example of something that I think is not really usable. Yeah, I think that's the only note I have to say about it. It's just no go for me. Okay, now we have bangs. So bangs are a little harder. Like even me right now, I'm covering my eyebrow and the same thing's happening to her just a little bit. I think it's fine though, just because you can see her full eyebrows, both of them. And I don't really like that her face is tilted. That's just not really, have you noticed the difference between all the other ones in this one? Everyone else is not tilted. Because I just feel like you can see the face a little bit better when it's a little more, front and center. So I'm like kind of whatever about this one. But for the top two as well, it's like the same thing. It's just like a strap. I don't really recommend doing just a strap because kind of doesn't really look like you're wearing anything, just because it's going to be cut to right here. All we're going to see is this. So I think like a nice, something that covers your chest a little bit, like color, because the color really grabs the attention and makes us focus on you. And I think the hair is kind of a distraction a little bit. I think the one thing that makes me a little upset too is that people don't really touch up before they take the photos. Like there's not somebody there to be like, usually the photographers are men, and like sorry to men, but like I feel like they should be like maybe like a little bit of hair and makeup right before you take the photos. And I think her hair is a little bit like, it could have been fixed around a little bit before they took the photo. That's all I have to say about the photo, but I think everything else looks good. So again, with this, it's just like the strap. I'm really just like confused with all these straps. So actually when I was working at an agency, I never really saw straps. Like, I don't know if maybe we just never used them because that's just not something that the agents liked, just because I kind of went off of what the agents like. So my background is that I was an assistant to an agent in Sherman Oaks, and I'll actually put the information in the description below too, just if you were looking for an agent. They do print, commercials, television, film, and industrial as well, and I think they do new media as well, and they do minors and adults, so they have everyone. Literally everything's there. I'm just noticing a lot of like straps, and I honestly didn't really see that when I was working there. We worked with a lot of just like solid colors, like the first few people that we saw in the beginning, so I'm really like kind of thrown off by the straps a little bit. But I honestly, like I said, your square goes to here, so like even if you have a really nice like full photo, we don't see it. So just keep that in mind, that like we're only seeing up to here and you want to show this. So maybe like a little higher neck collar. It's good to have both photos, but I don't really see you using the ones with the straps, and I feel like it's kind of a waste of money, just because you're getting only like 3 retouches and you're taking like 200-300 photos, but usually you don't get to keep the photos, or you do get to keep the photos but you're not using the right ones, or they just don't work. So in my experience, I've actually seen people getting the full 300 photos and we don't even use one, and that's kind of what I made this video about. I just want to show what we do use versus what we don't use, just because I don't want it to be like I wasted my money and now I have these $300 photos that I can't use. It looks like she put some eyeshadow on, and I'm cool with eyeshadow, but it's kind of a darker color and it's more like a clubby look. I think something more natural like brown or any sort of nude is like a really good like accent for your eyes, but this is a little too dark for me, so I just don't really like it. Just not for headshot. You can see all her piercings, which is really important because it's kind of a no-no to show up to set with things that we didn't know about. So it's good to know that she has many piercings on her ears, and that can actually get her more roles. Like maybe she's like going for a bolder role, she can get those because she has that. All right, moving on. Oh, this one's awesome. Okay, this is perfect. This is a perfect headshot. So look at the colors and then look at the background. So we have those hints of green. It is a little too unblurred where we can kind of see what's going on in the back. Maybe a little bit more blurred next time. But besides that, I really love the solid color that she's wearing. Like, you can see that when you cut it right here. We're going to see the green. We're going to see the collar. We're going to see blue and green. We're going to see blue and green behind her as well. And her eyes look really nice in this. They're nice and like lit up so we can see them really well. And also her eyebrows look awesome and they're showing so we can see both ends. We can see both ends of her eyes. We can see her ear and we can see her hair, all of her hair. Because another problem that I see is when they cut off the hair. Like, I understand that maybe somebody has bigger hair, but get it all in there because we want to see all of it, you know? Like this, perfect. I think this is a perfect headshot. They could have probably done a different color shirt, but I do think the rest of it looks good. I would actually use this for theatrical. I know it's a commercial shot and it's a little like more happy, like, you know, like not really so serious and like, I don't know, you know, that look that everyone does, like dramatic. I know it's not that, but I would say maybe lower the glasses a little bit because we can't really see your eyebrows. Like, we just like to see how you can see my eyebrow and my glasses. This is kind of more we want to see, even if that's not how you normally wear them. We just kind of want to see what your eyebrows look like as well because we can't really see all of your face. I think it looks pretty nice just that we can see both of your ears, we can see your glasses. I would like to see your eyebrows a little bit more. We can see the edge of your eyes and we can see your like everything. I think the only thing I would change is the color of your shirt and I would show your eyebrows a little bit more. Okay, moving on. Okay, this headshot is not really my vibe. I don't really like that her hair is kind of blending into the background. Like, white in the background is just a no-no, and especially with her blonde hair, it's just a little too close for me. I'm looking at the corners of her eyebrows too, and one of them's completely cut off. So we don't really know what that looks like. And then also her face is like a little too tilted. Like, I don't know what it is, but when you see the side of your face, it makes your face look a lot longer. I don't really like the color she's wearing. It kind of blends into her skin a little bit. And I don't think the colors are really good for this photo at all. Okay, all right, so stripes, so patterns, so jewelry. So jewelry is okay, but I don't think unnecessary jewelry is like really something to, maybe that's just a personal thing, but I'm gonna put this in here anyways. I think it's a little distracting. Just like, you know, like the little jewel in the middle. The earrings are fine. I think the earrings are fine, but the little jewelry on her, on like a necklace, I don't really like jewelry in headshots that much. I just think they're kind of a distraction, just because that means you're gonna show up to set with a little shiny thing on your chest, and if they're filming you, it's gonna be showing like crazy. Like, I don't know, it's just a distraction. It's one of those things where it just doesn't look really good on camera. I don't really like patterns because actually when I was in production for the longest time ever for TV shows, we like solid colors just because they look way better on camera. And also white just doesn't really look good on camera either. So the white on top of it being a pattern, I don't like at all. And then also the necklace, I don't really like just for on camera. It just doesn't really work on camera. You come to the audition and then they might be filming you and it might not look good on camera, and I think that's a bad impression to leave with the casting directors. And also kind of just shows that like the lack of etiquette on set. It's kind of like when you show up to set, you have to wear all black, you know, like that's just set standard. And I feel like the same thing with their actors. Like, just know these things and you'll look like in the know, like you'll look like a seasoned actor. And I just think this is kind of like a newbie. I don't know. I kind of see it as somebody who's new. Sorry about that. This headshot, I like that they did a business look. That's the thing that I've been kind of seeing lacking a lot. So, okay, I have something really awesome to tell you guys. So for your headshots, you really want to do something that's like, you know, different kinds of, you know, you want to do things that are different kinds of occupations. So what I so recommend you freaking do is take pictures in scrubs, take pictures in a suit, take a picture in running outfits, like workout outfits, because those come up the most in commercials. They want people who are not thin, but people who are fit. So keep that in mind a lot. So they want to see active. And I actually know somebody who did like a running picture as a submission for something a long time ago. And I mean, you would already have it professionally done because you took it when you went to go get your headshots done. So I definitely think sporty looks. I think business looks. I think scrubs, because that comes up a lot too. A lot of nursing and scrubs. doctor roles, like a teacher, you know, maybe with some glasses, even if they're not prescribed. And you'll be ahead of the game too, because you already have the headshots and they're professionally done. Because a lot of people take the pictures after at home, and yours will look really nice and bright, like you already know what you're doing. You're getting booked. We know you're getting booked. We're gonna book you some more. Like this picture, I think like maybe a lawyer. I think of like a teacher. I think of like maybe like a business owner. You know, somebody who has a higher position in a company, you know, like a CEO or something. Like that's what I get from this picture. The polka dots, I'm like whatever about a little bit, but I mean, it's a tie. It's not that much material, so it doesn't look like too much. I think it's fine. I think polka dots is pretty good pattern, because it's not too small. Like if they were really, really small polka dots, it'd look crazy on camera, but this doesn't look too crazy. But stripes looks really crazy on camera, like trust. And then I'm pretty sure y'all already know that just from, you know, personal use of using stripes on camera. I guess we could go through this last photo together. I think it looks nice. I'm not really too crazy about his hair at the very top, like right here. But I don't think it looks bad. And then also the thing is with facial hair. Let's actually talk about this facial hair. So be prepared to possibly shave because they might want to see you shave. I think you should take them both. I think you should take some with like a little 5 o'clock shadow, and then some without, just so to show you are two people, because that could get you double booked. Like, don't take it for granted, because it could literally get you double booked, because maybe they like you without all the hair. Maybe you look a little bit younger, and then that's what they're looking for, an age range. Your age range changes. I definitely think you should have both. Like, I know it sounds like a little crazy, but maybe even shave it like in the middle of your session. Like, I know that's like kind of random, but honestly, I would do that if I was a guy that grew hair like that pretty often. Because some people might actually make you shave for a role anyways, and it's just good to have photos already ready to go that are professionally done to show them what you look like. But before we go, I just wanted to mention that I do go through headshots, and I can, like, you know, pick the good ones out for you, and I do offer services doing that. So if you're interested and want to know what a casting director / an agent is looking for in your photos, it's going to be in the description below. And if you have any questions, just say it in the comments and I'll get back to it. And I also offer one-on-one sessions with me. So if you're an actor or don't know how to get started in acting, I actually do a one-on-one session, and I'll tell you everything you need to know about acting. I have a pretty long resume, and it's like between doing, I used to work at a talent agency, I've produced some movies, I've worked in TV, I've worked in film, I've worked in short films, I worked in commercials. If you want to see my resume, I do have a LinkedIn, so I'll put that as well in the description below. And also you can find me on Instagram. Just send me a message and I'll reply on Instagram. Instagram's honestly like the best place to get a hold of me. All right, bye.